Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So in our previous video we did 30 questions on function, so I'm going to do 30 more questions, making total of 60 questions so as to solidify our knowledge on function. Alright, so the first question we'll be solving today, which happens to be the 31st question in total. So we are given that if we have g of x to be 3x squared plus 2x minus 1, then what is g of s plus h, meaning that when our input is x, our output is 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. Then if we change our input from s to s plus h, what will be our output? That means that anywhere you see s, you are replacing it with h. We are replacing it with s plus h. So here we have 3s squared. So where we have 3s squared, so instead of writing s squared, we write s plus h square, then plus 2x. Instead of writing x now, we still write s plus h, then minus this one. So this s plus h square on its own, if you expand it, it's going to give you s square plus 2hs plus h square. This is how to expand it. You just use your normal expansion. When you have s plus h square, you just write s plus h into bracket s plus h. Then this s times s will give me s square. This s times h will give me hs. Then this h times s will also give me hs. This h times h will give me h. So if I add this together, this plus this will give me 2hx. Then plus this h square with this s square. So that is how I got s square plus 2hs plus h square. So I write here. Do you get it? Alright, so like I was explaining, plus this 2 times x will give me 2x, then 2 times h will give me 2h, minus this one. So if I open the bracket, that will give me 3s square plus 3 times 2hs will give me 3 times 2 will give me 6 with this hs. So 6hs plus 3h square plus this 2x plus this 2h, then minus 1. So which of the following option is the same thing? Look at option B, 3s square plus 6x plus h plus 3h square plus 2x plus 2h minus 1. That is not even correct, but that seems to be correct. I think this is a typical error. This place is supposed to be 6h square. I'm sorry, this place is supposed to be 6hs. Yeah, do you get? That is the only error. I think the error is from the question itself. Do you get? But this is the answer: 3s square plus 6hs plus 3h square plus 2s plus 2h minus 1. B is most likely to be the answer. It's a typical error. So moving to the next question, question 32. I have that if my f of s is 3s plus 1 and my g of s is this, I was now asked to find g of f of 3. This is question on composite function. First of all, what is our f of 3? When my f of s is 3s plus 1, then when my f of 3 will be 3 times 3, because I'm replacing my input, which is x, with 3 now. So 3 times 3 will give me 3, 9 plus 1, that is 10. So that is 10. So my g of f of 3. So my input now is now f of 3. So whenever I see g of x is 2s minus 1, so whenever I see x here, I'll replace it with s of 3, which I got to be 10. So that will be 2 into bracket. My x is now g of 3, which is 10 minus 4. So 2 times 10, 20. 20 minus 4 will give me 16. So my answer is 16, which is option D. So the next question, or question number 33, I have f inverse of, I was asked to find f inverse of g of 2. If my f of x is this and my g of x is this, so how did I approach this? First of all, let me find g of 2. My g of s is s square, so my g of 2 will be 2 square. So g of 2 will be 2 square, which is equal to 4. So I've gotten my g of 2. I was now asked to find f inverse of g of 2. But remember, when I was teaching us inverse of a function, I explained what inverse of a function is. So I told us that if we have g of x to be 2x plus 1, and we are asked to find the inverse of this function, it's telling us that we are changing the input to output and the output to input. So with this knowledge, this is just what we are going to do. So instead of finding this inverse of this function, and after we get the inverse of this function, we will now we will now put the input as g, what we get of g of as g of 2, which is 4. So what we simply do is that, since we know that if we say we find the inverse, this 4 will be, this g of 2 will be the input. That is the input. But if we are using the normal function, that means that the input, if we change the inverse, the input will change to output, output will change to input. In a nutshell, so this input will be the output. So the value of x you get will be the output when you find the inverse of the function. In a nutshell, that means that you can do it in a two ways. So the first way you can do it is like saying that, since you know that your g of 2 is equal to 4, so you can say that f inverse, you are asked to find f inverse of g of 2, you just say 2x plus 1 all over x minus 3 is equal to, this was supposed to be input for the inverse of function, but it will be the output since we are using the normal function. So we will now find the value of x for this case. So 4 is same as 4 all over 1, so we cross multiply. So 1 times 2x plus 1 will give me 2x plus 1 is equal to 4 times x minus 3. So 4 times x minus 3 is 4 times x, which is 4x, minus 4 times 3, that is 12, is equal to 2x plus 1. So I'll take this 12 to the other side, change to plus. So I have 12 plus this one that is here, and I will take 2x to the other side, change to minus 2x. So 4x minus 2x will give me 2x. So 12 plus 1 will give me 13. So I will divide both sides by 2. So the answer is 13 all over 2. You get, so 13 all over 2. So if you want to use the normal method we used to use, so this is how we use it. Remember, our answer is 13 all over 2 for our x. So if you want to use the normal method, we'll have do it like this. We'll first find the inverse of function. We'll say let y equal to 2x plus 1 all over x minus 2. Then we'll make the s solve your formula by cross multiplying. So you will say y into bracket s minus 3 is equal to 2x plus 1, right? So we will now say sy if we open the bracket here. So if we open the bracket here, we have y times s to be sy, y times 3 to be minus 3y is equal to 2x plus 1. Remember, we are making the solve formula, so everything that is having x will come to this side. So we have xy, this one too is having x, but it will change to minus 2x. This one is still here, this 3y will come here, it will change to plus 3y. So s is common here, so we have this one remain y, this one remain 2. Then I have 1 plus 3y. So with this now I have x into bracket y minus 2 is equal to 1 plus 3y. So I would divide both sides by y minus 2. So let me write it again. So I have s into bracket y minus 2 is equal to 1 plus 3y. So I will divide both sides by y minus 2. So my s will now be, this will cancel themselves, 1 plus 3y all over y minus 2. But because I'm finding f inverse, so my s will change to my y and my y will change to x. So my y will now be 1 plus 3x all over s minus 2. So this value that I got is my f inverse of x. And I also have to find f inverse of g of 2. What is my g of 2? I've gotten it to be 4, abi? So I'm going to replace this value here with 4. So that will be 1 plus 3s all over s minus 2, abi? So that will be 1 plus 3x all over s minus 2. So what is my x? My x is equal to 4. So 3 times 4 all over 4 minus 2. So 3 times 4 is 12 plus this one, that is 13. 4 minus 2 is 2. What do we get before? 13 all over 2. So the same answer. So instead of going through that stress, you just make your output this g of 2, then you find the corresponding value of x for it. So if you find the inverse and you do it, you still get the same answer. But in this question, likewise, there is no correct answer there. I don't know why. So moving to the next question, 34. We have this and we are asked to find f inverse of x. So what is our f inverse of x? We just say that our f of x is equal to x plus 2 all over 2x minus 1. So I was asked to find f inverse of x. So we will say that this is equal to y and y is equal to y all over 1. So cross multiply, we are making s its own formula. So this s plus 2 times 1 will give me s plus 2 is equal to this y times 2x minus 1, right? So now I'm going to open this bracket. So I will have s plus 2, the same thing as y times 2x minus 1. That is what I have before. So this y times 2x will give me 2xy minus y times 1 will give me y is equal to x plus 2, right? So this one that is having x will come to this side, so x minus 2xy. Then this minus y will remain here. This 2 will also come, it will become minus 2. Do you get? So this one, these two now, s is now come in these two. So if s is come, I will bring s out. This one will remain 1. This one will remain minus 2y is equal to. So this one, because this one is having minus, this one too is having minus, I'll bring minus out. So now come to y plus 2. Why is this place plus? Because I know that my minus, the same thing as minus times plus. This minus times plus will give me minus back. So I can replace this minus with minus times plus. So bringing one minus out, it will remain plus. So that is why I'm having plus 2 here. Do you get? So if I divide both sides by 1 minus 2y, so my x will give me minus, let me write it in a fresh page. So my x into bracket 1 minus 2y is equal to my minus into bracket y this. And so I have this, so I'll have to divide this by 1 minus 2y. So this cancels this. So my x is into bracket minus y plus 2 all over 1 minus 2y, right? So with this now, since I'm finding the inverse of the function, I will change my x to y and I will change my y to x. I'm changing input to output and output to input. So all over 1 minus 2y, 2x rather. So which one is best? And also mind you, this is the same thing as saying s plus 2 all over 2x minus 1. Because this 1 minus 2x is the same thing as, let me write it here. This 1 minus 2x, this 1 minus 2x, the same thing as minus 2x minus 1. So if I change this 1 minus 2x with minus 2x minus 1, those minus at the top and minus at the down will cancel themselves. So that is how I'm having this. So option A is correct for this question number 34. Alright, moving to the next question, 35. I was now asked to find the inverse of f of 1 for this same question. First of all, what is my f of 1? Let me find that. f of 1 will be, I will change my s to 1, so that will be 1 plus 2 all over 2 times 1 minus 1. So 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2 minus 1, that is 1. So that is 3. So I was told to find g or inverse of f of 1. So instead of finding g inverse and then putting the value of my input as 3, so I will put my output for g inverse to be 3. So this is now what I'm going to do. Since I know my f of 1 is 3, so I'll now say that g of s, which is 1 all over 2s squared plus 1, is equal to the the answer that I got, which is 3, because of I'm using the normal function, but it's supposed to be the inverse. But my inverse is supposed to be input, but because I'm using the normal function, my input is my output for the normal function. So I will take 1 to the other side. So that will be 1 over 2s squared is equal to 3 minus 1. So 3 minus 1 is going to give me 2. So that means that minus 1 over 2s squared is equal to 2. So if I multiply both sides by 2, so that these two will cancel themselves. Sorry, these two will cancel themselves. So I will have s squared is equal to 2 times 2, which is 4. So I will square root both sides. So my x is going to give me square root of 4 is 2. So my answer is 2. So for question number 35, my answer is 2, which is option C. Alright, so moving to the next question. I have this number, question 36. I think it's same as question number 31. So let's just ignore that. Same question. So for 37, I have my f of x to this. I was asked to find g of f of 3. So first of all, what is my f of 3? My f of x is 3x plus 1. So my f of 3 would be, I'll just change my s to 3. So that will be 3 times 3 plus 1. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. So g of f of 3, g of x is minus 2s minus 4. So g of f of 3, I'm changing my input to what I get for my f of 3, which is 10. So whenever I see x, I'll change it with 10. So I have minus 2 times 10 minus 4. So minus 2 times 10 is minus 20. Minus 20 minus 4, you owe a debt of 20 naira, you still owe a debt of 4 naira. Total debt of 24 naira. So the answer is minus 24. And this minus 24 happens to be option A. So moving to the next question, number 38. So I have that I should obtain the value of f inverse of g of 2 if my f of x is this. Is this not the question we solved earlier? There are repetition in these questions, but it's the same approach. We got 13 all over 2 earlier. So this one too, we are asked to find the f inverse of x if my f of x is this. So I don't think we solved this one before. I think we will solve this one before, but let's just resolve it, if whether we are solving it or not. So we just make, we know our y, which is same to as f of x, is s plus 2 all over 2x minus 1. So we are making x solve formula. Y is same to as y all over 1, so we must multiply. So let me just simplify it at once. So this y times 2x will give me 2xy, and this y times 1 will give me y. It's equal to this 1 times s will give me x, then 1 times 2 will give me 2. So anything that is having x, I'll take it together, though I'll take this s to this side. So it will change to minus, and this y, I'll take it together side, it's changed to plus with this plus 2. So this one s is common. This one will remain 2y, this one will remain 1. So it's equal to y plus 2. But that means s into bracket 2y minus 1 is equal to y plus 2. So let me write that s into bracket 2y minus 1. The same thing as y plus 2. So I'll divide both sides by 2y minus 1. So my s will now give me, this will cancel themselves. So that is y plus 2 all over 2y minus 1. So because I'm doing inverse of a function, I'll change my x to y and my y to x. So that this one will change to x plus 2. This one will change to 2x minus 1. I think that is the question we solved earlier, which happens to be question option A. Okay, so for question number 40, I was asked to find the g inverse of f of 1 for this function. So first of all, I can't see. Okay, that is the question we solved earlier. The repetition in these questions. So moving to question number 41, I was asked to find f of minus 1. F of s is this. So I will change my s with minus 1. Then I will change my input. So this is just it. My f of minus 1, anywhere I see my x, I'll change it with minus 1. So here, s is there, so I change it to minus 1. All over 3 times minus 1. Then this minus 1. So 7 times minus 1 will give me minus 7. With this plus 3. 3 times minus 1 will give me minus 3. So minus 3 minus 1. Minus 7 plus 3. You owe the debt of 7 naira, you pay 3 naira. That means you are still owing the debt of 4 naira all over. Minus 3 minus 1 will also give minus 4. Minus cancel themselves. 4 divided by 4, 1. So my answer is 1, which is option D. So this one I was given g of x to be x plus 2. I was asked to find f of g of x. So how did I approach that? So this is just continuation of question number 41. So my f of x is 7x plus 3 all over 3x minus 1. So I was now asked to find f of g of x. So I'm replacing my input, which is s, with g of x. So anywhere I see x, I'll place which is value of g of x, which is same thing as s plus 2. So that is what I'm doing. So this place I have 7x. Instead of putting x, I'll put g of x, which is s plus 2, plus this 3 all over 3 into bracket s plus 2. My s is now s plus 2 minus 1. So this 7 times s is going to give me 7x. This 7 times 2 is going to give me plus 7 times 2. Let me write it downward so that you will understand. This 7 times s will give me 7x. 7 times 2 will give me 14 plus this 3 all over 3 times s will give me 3s. 3 times 2 will give me 6 with this minus 1. So 7x, 14 plus 3 is going to give me 17. So I have 7x. 7x, 14 plus 3 is going to give me 17 all over 3x. 6 minus 1 is going to give me 5. So this is my final answer. So which one is going with it? That is option D. Option D is the correct answer. So moving to the next question, I have f inverse of minus 2. I mean f inverse of 2. What is my f of x in the first place? That is 7x plus this. So this question is continuation, finding f inverse of 2. So my 2 is my input for my inverse, but for my normal function it will be the output. Do you get? That is it. So for this function, my f of x is this 7x plus 3 blah blah blah. So I'll just say this 7x plus 3 all over 3x minus 1 is equal to input of my inverse, which is 2. So this 2 is same to as 2 all over 1, so I will multiply. So 7x times 1 will give me 7x. 3 times 1 will give me 3. This 2 times 3x will give me sorry, this is not equal to this. I'm just trying to, let me rewrite it so that I will not be confused. 7x plus 3 all over 3x minus 1 will give me the same value with the input of my inverse will give me the same value from output of my normal function. So with this knowledge, these 2 is same as 2 over 1, then I'll cross multiply so that I will not be confused. Let me do it normal way. So this will give me 7x plus 3 times 1 is equal to this 2 times 3x minus 1, right? So with this like this 7x times 1 will give me 7x. 3 times 1 will give me 3 is equal to 2 times 3x will give me 6x. 2 times minus 1 will give me minus 2. So now I'll take 6x to the other side. So I'll have 7x minus 6x. Because I take it to the other side, change to minus. This minus 2 is there. This plus 3 or to the other side, change to minus 3. So 7x minus 6x will give me x. Minus 2 minus 3 will give me minus 5. So the value of f inverse of 2 is same thing as this minus 5 I get. Do you get? So let's check our results. Unfortunately, okay, this is C is the answer. This is it. Alright, so moving to question number 44. We have that if f of x is this, we find f of 2. So we are replacing our input, which is x, with 2. So we just, anywhere we see s, we replace it with 2. So 3 times 2 plus 3. So 2 minus 1 is going to give me 1. 3 times 2, 6. 6 plus 3, 9. So my answer is 1 all over 9. I don't know why the answer is here, but the process is 1 over 8, but it's supposed to be 1 over 9. in the first place, so I don't know why there's error in the question bank. So for question number 45, if g of x is this, then what is f of g of x? So we have our f of x in this place, and we are asked to find f of g of x. So my f of x is s minus 1 all over 3s plus 3. So anywhere I see my x, my input before is x. When my input is x, my output is s is here, s is here. But now my input have changed from x to g of x. So anywhere I see my x, I will replace it with the value of dt of x, which is 2s plus 3. So in this question, s minus 1 will now, since my s is 2s plus 3, so I'm going to write 2x plus 3 with this minus 1 all over 3. My s is now 2s plus 3 plus this 3. So 2, that will give me 2x. 3 minus 1 will give me 2. 3 times 2x will give me 6x. 3 times 3 will give me 9 plus this 3. So with this now, I have 2x plus 2 at the numerator. Then this 6x. 9 plus 3 is going to give me 12. So this is supposed to be my answer. If the answer is not there, then it's typical error or something related to that. But this is the right way to approach question like this. Alright, so moving to question number. Okay, I think it's there. It's option. It's there. The answer is option D is the correct answer. This 2s plus 2. This 6 is common in the denominator. This one remain s. This one remain 2. So, and you can see that is option D. So option D is the correct answer. So moving to question number 46, we have that if f inverse of g, we find the f inverse of g of s if g of s is s plus 2. So what is our f of x in the first place? Our f of x is x minus 1 all over 3x plus 3. So that is our f of x. Then we are now asked that if our g of x is s plus 2, we should now find the f inverse of g of x. I told you that if our f of x is s plus s minus 1 all over s plus 3. So first of all, if you want to find the f inverse, you will set this to y and make s solve formula. So y is same as y all over 1, so we cross multiply. So you can say that this is our 1 times s minus 1, because we are cross multiplying, is equal to this y times 3x plus 3. So 1 times x will give me x, 1 times 1 will give me 1, y times 3x will give me 3xy, then this y times 3 will give me 3y. So anywhere, all the one that have x, I'm going to take it to this side. So I will have this 3xy come to this side. So x, it's changed to minus 3xy. Then this 3y is there before. This minus 1 will come to this side, to come to plus 1. So s is common here. This one remain 1, this one remain 3y. 0 to 3y plus 1. So I will divide both sides by 1 minus 3y. So now this will cancel themselves. So I have my s to give me 3y plus 1 all over 1 minus 3y. So remember I told you when we are finding inverse of a function, we just change our y to x and our x to y. You are changing your input to output and your output to input. So that is 3x plus 1 all over 1 minus 3x. So now remember, this is just the value of our f inverse of x. We are now told to find f inverse of g of x. So our x now, we want anywhere you see x, replace it with s plus 2. So that will be, instead of writing x here, this place will be s plus 2 plus 1 all over 1 minus 3. Our s is now s plus 2. So if you expand this, you will have 3 times s will give me 3s, 3 times 2 will give me 6 plus this 1 all over 1 minus 3 times s will give me 3x This minus times plus will give me minus. 3 times 2 will give me 6. So I now have 3s. 6 plus 1 will give me 7. This 1 minus 6 is going to give me, you have 1 naira, you owe a debt. Negative mean owing a debt. You owe a debt of 6 naira. So paying 1 naira, you still have to pay a debt of minus 6 naira. And then this minus 3x is also there. You get it. So now this one minus is common. So that will give me 3s plus 7 all over. This is minus is common. So if I bring minus out here, this one remains 6. This one remains plus 3s. I've explained something related to that. This minus same thing as minus times plus. So if you bring one minus out, it's going to remain plus. So this minus can still come up. It's normal. These are basic maths. So if this minus come up, that will give me minus 3s plus 7 all over. This 6 plus 3s, same thing as 3s plus 6. So this should be the final answer. And that correlates with which option? Okay. Wait, I think I did a mistake from here. 1 minus 6 is minus 5. So this way is supposed to be minus 5 from here. This way is supposed to be 5. So this way should have been 5. So the final answer should have been this, which correlates with option B. So option B is the correct answer. So moving to question number 47. I have that if my f of x is this, I should find the f of 1. So I'm replacing my x with 1 because when my input is x, this is my output. So when my input is now 1, anywhere I see x, I'm going to replace it with 1. So that will be 3 times 1 minus 2 all over 1 plus 3 times 1. So 3 times 1 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. So 1 plus 3 times 1 is 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4. So the answer is 1 over 4, which same thing as 0.25. So my answer is B. So for 48, I was asked to find f of s plus 2. So this is my f of x. So anywhere I see my x, I'm going to replace it with s plus 2. Now, so my f of x on its own, my f of x is equal to 3x minus 2 all over 1 plus 3x. So my f of x plus 2, anywhere I see x, I'll replace it with s plus 2. With this minus 2 all over 1 plus this s will be replaced with s plus 2. Do you get it? So with this now, this 3 times s will give me 3s. This 3 times 2 will give me 6. So with this minus 2 all over 1 plus 3 times s will give me 3s. 3 times 2 will give me 6. So this 3s, this is it. This is minus 2 will give me 4. Then this 3s will with 1 plus 6 will give me 7. So my answer is this, which is option A. So A is the correct answer. For 49, I was asked that if my fs of 2 is this, when my input is s minus 2, so my output is 3s squared minus 5x plus 7. So I was now asked to find my f of 2 when my input is 2. So if I want to get the same result, that means that my input s minus 2 must be equal to my input here, which is 2. So at that instance, what is the value of my s? That this and this will be the same thing. If my inputs are the same thing, so far as function, my output will be the same. A function is something that when you add one input, you can only get an output. So you should not be afraid. If I put the same input, then I'll get the same output. So if my input is same, that is s minus 2 is same thing as 2. Then if I put it in my function, I'm going to get the same output. So at that point, I'll take 2 to the other side. So that will be 2 plus 2, and 2 plus 2 is 4. So at that point whereby my input will be the same thing is when s is equal to 4. If I say 4 minus 2, I will get 2 back. So that is f of 2. So it's equal to this. Anywhere I see s now, I'm replacing with 4. So that will be 3 times 4 squared minus 5 times 4 plus 7. So 4 square is 16. So that will be 3 times 16. 3 times 16 is 48. 5 times 4 is 20. Then plus 7. Do you get? So that will be 48 minus 20 is going to give me 28. 28 plus 7 will give me 35. So my result is 35. So 35 is the answer, which is option D. So moving to question number 50, we are asked that if we know that our f of s plus 3 is equal to 2s squared plus 5x minus 6, I was asked to find f of 0. So if my input is same thing, my output too will be same thing. So I'm finding the value of x hereby s plus 3, which is my input here, is same thing as my input here, which is 0. So at that point, s is equal to, if I take 3 to the other side, change to 0 minus 3, which is same thing as minus 3. So if I put minus 3 plus 3 here, I'm going to get 0 back. So I'm on the right track. So the value of x here is minus 3. So minus 3 squared plus 5 times minus 3. Sorry, this is 3, then minus 6. So minus 3 squared is minus 3 times minus 3. Minus as minus plus 3 times 3 is 9. So 9 times 2 will give me 18. Right? So this plus times minus will give me minus. 5 times 3 will give me 15. It is minus 6. So 18 minus 15 on its own is 3. So 3 minus 6 is going to give me minus 3. So my result is minus 3, which amount should be option C. So moving to question number 51. So I was given that if my f of x is this, I'd find f inverse of g of x. So if I want to find f inverse of x, since I know my f of x is 4x minus 3, so I can say my f of x is 4x minus 3. I will equate it with y. So I'll make s formula. This minus 3 will come to the other side to change to y plus 3 equal to 4x. And I'll divide both sides by 4. So this will cancel themselves. So I have my s to be y plus 3 all over 4. So remember, if I'm doing my inverse, I'll change my s to y and my y to x. So my y is equal to s plus 3 all over 4. So but I've just gotten my y to be s plus 3 all over 4, and this y is just f inverse of x. I'm still looking for f inverse of g of x. So whenever I see my s, I'm going to replace with the value of g of x, which is 1 minus s squared, this guy. So with this now, I'm going to find this f inverse of g of x. I'm replacing my s input with 1 minus s squared, then plus this 3 all over 4. So 1 plus 3 will give me 4, with this minus s squared, then all over 4. That amounts to option A. But if you don't want to go through that show, you can still do it like this. Remember I told you that for inverse function, all I just need to do is to change my input to my output and my output to my input. So normally this is my input, g of x is my input. So I can decide to change this g of x, which is my input, and to be my output, which is 1 minus s squared. So this 4s minus 3, this s bubble is supposed to be my input, but I'll now change it to output, which is y minus 3. So I'll now make y the formula. So I'll now, instead of writing 4s minus 3, I'll write 4y minus 3. And instead of putting this g of x into this place, I'll put it as my output because I'm dealing with the inverse. So if I make my y the formula, I will take 3 to the other side. So that will be 1 minus s squared plus 3. So this 1 plus 3 will give me 4 minus s squared. So that means that my 4y is the same thing as 4 minus s squared. So if I divide both sides by 4, so my y is the same thing as 4 minus s squared all over 4, which is the same result we get for 51. So for 52, given that f of x is this, we should find f of 0. Anywhere we see x, we replace it with 0. So that will be 0 minus 2 all over 1 minus 3 times 0. So 0 minus 2 will give minus 2. 1 minus 3 times 0 on its own is 0. So 1 minus 0 is 1. So the answer is minus 2 all over 1, which is same as minus 2. A is the answer. So for 53, I have f of x plus 1 is this. I will now have to find f inverse of x. So first of all, let me find f of x. And how did I find my f of x? So I knew that my f of x plus 1, let me use my black pen, f of x plus 1 is equal to x minus 2 all over 1 minus 3x. So if I now change my inputs from x plus 1 to a plus 1, you get, when my input is x plus 1, I have x minus 2 all over 1 minus 3x. So if I change it to f of a plus 1, that is, I change my x with a and this plus 1 is it. So this, anyway I have x, I'm going to have a minus 2 all over 1 minus 3a. Abi? So now I want a function. Remember definition of function, when you put the same input, you are going to have the same output. So I want a point where my a plus 1 is same thing as my x. Do you get my point? So if my a plus 1 is equal to x, then f of a plus 1 and f of a will be the same thing. That means at that point, what is the value of a? My a is equal to x. I'll take 1 to the other side, so that will be minus 1. Do you get it? So at that point, whereby my inputs a plus 1 and x is the same thing, so that I can get my f of x. So I can say that since my a is s minus 1, so I can say that my f of x is the same thing as f of a plus 1, where a is equal to s minus 1. So anywhere I see a now, I'm replacing it with s minus 1. So I will have s minus 1 with this minus 2 all over 1 minus 3 into bracket. My a is s minus 1. Do you get it? So with this now, this s minus 1 minus 2 minus 1 minus 2 will give me minus 3 all over 1 minus this 3 times s will give me 3x. This minus times minus will give me plus 3 times 1 will give me 4. So with this now, I have s minus 3 all over this 1 plus 4 will give me 5. So I have 5 minus 3x. So I've gotten my f of x, which is same thing as f of a plus 1, but I'm looking for f of x, so I've gotten that. So what is now my f inverse of x? So I will assume this is equal to y, which is same thing as 1 all over 1, then I will cross multiply. So if I cross multiply in this case, I will have 1 times s minus 3 is equal to y times 5 minus 3x, right? So this 1 times s will give me x, 1 times minus 3 will give me minus 3. So y times 5y will give me 5, 1 times 5 will give me 5y. This minus this, then 3s times y will give me 3sy. So this 3sy, I'll take it to the other side because it's containing x. I want to make x a formula, so it should change to plus 3sy because it's minus before. And this 5y, this minus 3 will change to plus 3 on the other side. So this place s is common, so if I bring s out, this will remain 1, this will remain 3y. Then I have 5y plus 3. So then I'll divide both sides by 1 plus 3y. So this will cancel this. So my x will now be 5y plus 3 all over 1 plus 3y. Remember that if I am dealing with my inverse of function, I'll change my y to x and my x to y. So that will be 5x plus 3 all over 1 plus 3x. So that is the value of my f inverse of x. Can you see how it goes? So let's look at the answer that is same thing with this. Unfortunately, none of the answer are valid. I think I found an error. This place minus 3 minus and minus is plus 3 times 1 will give me 3. So this place is supposed to be 3, not 4. So at the end of the day, if I add 1 plus 3, it's supposed to give me 4. Sorry for the mistake. So this place is supposed to be 4. Yeah, so when I cross multiply, this is supposed to be 4 here. So this is supposed to be 4y. 4 yes. That is where the mistake is originated from. So this place is supposed to be 4. This place is supposed to be 4. So the answer is supposed to be 4x plus 3 all over 1 plus 3x, which is option C. So the mistake was from me. So this does not have option, but this is how we solve it. Fs minus 2. So when your input is x, this is your output. So whenever you see x now, you just replace with it s minus 2. So that will be s minus 2 cube instead of s cube plus, okay, minus this s2 will change to s minus 3 squared plus 7s minus 3 minus 6. So this s minus 2 squared, if you want to do it, this is how we do it. S minus 2 times s minus 2 times s minus 2. But that will be stressful. I can just simply use binomial theorem. Since I know the binomial expansion, let me just write it directly. S cube minus 3 times 2, that is 6s squared, plus 3 times 4, that is 12x minus 8, plus this minus this one will give me s squared minus 6x plus 9. Then this 7 times s will give me 7x, 7 times 3 will give me 21, then minus 6. So sorry, I'm jumping 7. So this is s cubed minus 6s squared. This minus times s squared will give me minus s squared. So I'm collecting like time at once, plus 12x. This minus times minus here will give me plus. That will be plus 6x with this plus 2x that is there, so plus 2x. So also I have this minus times plus here will give me minus 9 minus this 21 minus 6. So yeah, now I have s cubed minus 6s squared minus s squared is same thing as minus 7s squared. This plus 12 plus 6 will give me plus 18, plus 18 plus 2 will give me plus 20x. Then minus 9 minus 21 will give me minus 30, minus 30 minus 6 will give me minus 36. So this was supposed to be my final answer, but unfortunately no option there. So this one was giving that if my fs of minus 2 is this, what is f of x? So we are going to use the same approach. So I will say that if my f of x of minus 2 is this, so that means that my f of a minus 2 rather, the same thing as 3. Anywhere I see s, I will replace with a squared minus, okay, plus 5a plus 3. So if I want to find my f of x, I'll just find the point where my a minus 2 is the same thing as x. So at that point, if my inputs are the same thing, my output will be the same thing. That is what functions works on. So at that point, my a is equal to s plus 2. So I'm going to replace the value of a with s plus 2. So this place now, I'm going to replace a with s plus 2. So that will be square plus 5s plus 2, then plus 3. So with this now, this my s plus 2 square will give me s square plus 2, plus 4s plus 4. Then if I open this bracket, 5s plus 2, that will give me 5 times s will give me 5x, 5 times 2 will give me 10, right, plus this 3. So if I open the bracket fully, 3 times s square will give me 3s square, 3 times 4 will give me 12, that will be 12x plus this 5x, then plus 4 that is here, okay, 3 times 4 12, then plus this 10, is it 10 that is here? Yes, plus 10, then plus 3, let me confirm, yeah, it's 10 that is there. So I have 3s square, 12 plus 5, that is 17x, 12 plus 10 is 22, 22 plus 3 is 25. So B is my answer, 3s square plus 70x plus 75. So for question 56, I have if f of x is this, I should find the value to which my f of x is s minus is equal to x. So first of all, my f of x is equal to alpha x plus beta, abi. So when I now change my input from s to f of x, so that will be anywhere I see x, I will change it to the value of f of x, which is alpha x plus beta. So my f of x will be this alpha, but anywhere I see my x, I will replace it with alpha x plus beta plus this beta again. I was told that this whole function is equal to x, so this whole stuff is equal to x. So this alpha times alpha x will give me alpha square x. This alpha times beta will give me alpha beta plus beta is equal to x. So I was asked to find the value of alpha plus beta, to which this is possible. So by comparing, this place is like saying s plus 0. Which one have coefficient of x here? Alpha has the coefficient of x. So I can say that my alpha square x is the same thing as x. Since this one does not have, or this one, they are normal numbers, and this is same thing as s plus 0. So I can, by comparing, I can say that my alpha beta plus beta is equal to 0. So this s here will cancel themselves. That means my alpha square is equal to 1. So my alpha will be square root of 1, and square root of 1 is plus or minus 1 if I take the square root of 1. So my alpha is plus or minus 1. So if my alpha is plus or minus 1, beta is common here, so that will be alpha. This one will remain alpha, this one will remain 1. That is 0. So that means that my beta can be 0, and also my alpha plus 1 can also be 0. So because of this, my alpha can still be minus 1. So remember, my alpha is plus or minus 1. So is either in this place is either plus or minus 1. This place is telling me is minus 1, so it's still 4. So my beta can only be 0. My alpha can be plus or minus 1. So C is the answer. Do you get? So for 57, I have that if f of x is 2x plus 5 and g of x is this, I was asked to find the f inverse of g of x. I've taught us the two methods you can use. The first one is to use the normal method to first find the f inverse of x. Since my f of x is 2x plus 5, so I can equate it with y. So then I'll make my x formula, so that will be 2x is equal to y minus 5. Then I'll divide both sides by 2. So that means my x is equal to y minus 5 all over 2. Remember my inverse of function. So since my x is y minus 5 all over 2, let me write that. My y is my x is y minus 5 all over 2. So that means that if I want to find my inverse function, which is f inverse of x, which is same thing as, I'll just have to change my x to y and my y to x. So this y will change to x minus 5 all over 2. So this is my inverse of f inverse, but this is f inverse of x. So f inverse of j of x, anywhere I see x, I will change it with value of j of x, which is 1 minus f square. So I'm changing x with 1 minus f square minus this 5 all over 2. So 1 minus 5 will give me minus 4 minus this s square all over 2. Because this one is valuing minus, so minus is common. This one remain 4, this one remain plus s square, then all over 2. So the answer that fits in is this option C. And I say we can also do it in this way if you don't want to go through that stress. So for inverse of a function, this is your input. Your input will now become output, which is 1 minus s squared. And then this x before is your input, but for your inverse it will now become output, so it will now become y plus 5. Then you make y itself a formula, so you take 5 to the other side, so that will be 1 minus s square minus 5. So 1 minus 5 is going to give me 1 minus 5 is going to give me minus 4. So that will be minus 4 minus s square is equal to 2y, right? So with this now, let me write that 2y is equal to minus 4 minus x squared. So minus is common here, this one remain 4, this one will be plus x squared, then is equal to 2y, then I will divide both sides by 2. This will cancel themselves, so that means that my f inverse of g of x, same thing as y, is minus into bracket 4 plus x squared all over 2. Same results, 57. So for 58, I'll also find f inverse of f of 1. So first of all, where is my f of 1? To get my f of 1, I'll just find my f of 1. I'll replace my s with 1. So that will be 1 minus 1 all over 3 times 1 plus 2. So 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 all over whatever I got here. 3 times 1, 3 plus 2, 5. 0 over anything is still 0. So I'm looking for g inverse of 0. So instead of finding the inverse of the function, then eating it there, I'll just set my output to be 0. So that means I will say that my x minus 1. Okay, sorry, I'm doing g of x. So that will be s plus 3. I'll set the output to be 0. So at that point, my value of my x is equal to minus 3. So that is my value of this g of inverse of g inverse of f1, which is b. So b is the answer. So for 59, I was told that f of 1 all over s plus 1 is equal to this. I was now asked to find f of 2. So first of f of 2. First of all, what is, if I want to get my f of 2? I would find a value whereby my f of 2 is same thing as this input, which is 2, is same thing as this input here. This input here is 1 all over 1 plus x, is same thing as this input here. So to what is the value of x at that point? So I'll first multiply this with same thing as 2 all over 1. So that is 1 times 1 is equal to 2 times x, 2x, 2 times 2, 2. So I'll take this 2 to the other side, it will become minus. So that will be 1 minus 2, which is minus 1, is equal to 2x. Then I'll divide both sides by 2. So that means that at that point, my x is equal to, this will cancel this, minus 1 all over 2. So if I want to get my f of 2, I have to set my s to be minus 1 all over 2. So that means that my f of 2 is when my x is actually minus 1 all over 2. So 2 into bracket minus 1 all over 2 minus 12. So 2 will cancel themselves. So 2, this one remain 1. 1 times minus 1 will give me minus 1. So I have minus 1 minus 12. That will give me minus 13. So I've gotten f of 2. So now I'm looking for f of 2. So first of all, my f of 2 is 1 minus 13. Do you get? So now my input now is now f of minus 13. So if I want to get f of minus 13 from this function, is a point whereby this 1 all over s plus 1 is same thing as minus 13. My inputs are the same, so my output will be the same. So with this now, I will set this 1 all over s plus 1, which is my input, to be equal to the input that I'm going to put here, which is f of 2, which gave me minus 13. So I'll do the same way I did it. 1 times 1 is 1. Minus 13 times s will give me minus 13x. Then minus 13 times 1 will give me minus 13. So this minus 13 will go to the other side. It's changed to plus. So 1 plus 13 will give me 14. So 14 is equal to minus 13 next. Then I will divide all 2 by this minus 13. So 14 all over minus 13 is equal to x. So x is same thing as 14 all over minus 13, which is same thing as minus 14 all over 13. So if I want to get the value, my s, I'm going to set my s to be minus 14 all over 13. Do you get? So in this case, I will just do s into bracket minus 14 all over 13, then minus 12. So 2 times minus 14 will give minus 28 all over 13 and 12. So I'll take the s here. The sm is 13. So that 13 in 13, 1 times minus 20, that is minus 20. This 12 same thing as 12 all over 1. So 13 all over divided by 1 will give me 31. 13, sorry. So 13 times 12 is going to give me, let me do it here. So 13 times 12 is the same thing as 13 times, sorry. The same thing as 13 times 12 is the same thing as 10 plus 2. So 13 times 10 will give me 130. 13 times 2 will give me 26. So 130 plus 26 will give me 156. This minus is there, so minus 156. So minus 28 minus 156 is going to give me that will give me let me write it here. Sorry for the disturbance. So 8 plus 6 is going to give me 4. Abi, remain down 1. 14 remain down 1. That will be 4 remain down 1. 5 plus 2, that is 7 without 1. That is 8 with this one. That will give minus 184 over 13. I don't think any of the answer is same as that, but the answer should be minus 184 over 13. None of the answer is correct. Alright, so the last but not the least question. I was giving this. I was now find the value of a to which I should find the value to which my f of g of x is equal to g of f of x. So first of all, what is f of g of x? I'm going to replace my f of x is 2x plus 1. So I'm replacing my input, which is x, with g of x. So anywhere I see x, I'm going to replace it with. So f of g of x is same thing as 2. My input now is now g of x, which is same thing as x squared minus 1 plus this one. So 2 times x squared will give me 2x squared. 2 times 1 will give me 2. Then plus this one. Why is it doing like this? Sorry for the interruption. So plus this one. So that will give me 2x squared minus 2 plus 1 will give me minus 1. And that is for my f of g of x. So let me now calculate g of f of x. Alright, so for my g of f of x, so any place I see my x, I'm going to replace with 2x plus 1. So I have x squared before, so that will be 2x plus 1 squared minus this one. That is for my g of f of x. So if I open this bracket, I don't need to do this stuff. Let me just do it. You can expand it on your own. That will be 4x squared plus 4x plus 1 minus 1. So I'm now finding the value whereby these two are the same. Hereby 2x squared minus 1 is the same thing as this 4x squared. Sorry, this 4x squared plus 4x plus 4x 1 minus 1 will go like that. So 4x squared plus 4x. So with this now, let me write it. 2x squared minus 1 is same thing as 4x squared plus 4x. So 2x squared minus 1 is same thing as 4x squared plus 4x. So with this now, I'll take this to this side. It will change to minus. So I have 4x squared minus 2x squared. Then this 4x still remain here. Then this 1 minus 1 will change to plus 1. So this one remains here. So 4x squared minus 2x squared will give me 2x squared plus 4x plus 1. So this is a simultaneous linear equation. I can use this stuff called almighty formula. My a is equal to 2, my b is 4, my c is 1. So my a is 2, b is 4, c is 1. So I'm going to say my x is equal to minus b. My b is 4, so that is minus 4 plus or minus square plus b squared, that is 4 square, which is 16. Minus 4, my a is 2, my c is 1. All over 2a, my a is 2. Right, so with this now, I can say that is equal to minus 4 plus or minus square root of 4 times 2, 8 times 1, 8. So 16 minus 8 is 8. So 8 is same thing as 2 root 2. Then 2 times 2, that is 4. So this minus 4 divided by 4 will give me minus 1. Sorry. Plus or minus 2 all over 4 will give me same thing as 1 all over 2. With this root 2. So my answer is minus 1 plus or minus 1 over 2 root 2, which is option A. So this is where we are going to stop this video on function. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate. So the next video will be on limits of a function. So stay tuned.